Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happening in NFT land. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in. Today, the HapeWives. So now I'm gonna be right out the gate honest with the art in here. It's not my favorite. I'm not generally a fan of bassy rips of any kind. When you do go to their Instagram though, they do have some nicer stuff. So the HapeWives is a a pro female NFT project. I mean, the project itself, but a lot of what they're trying to do is to raise awareness for female artists and female digital content creators or digital artists who want to get into the space and just get more women, not just the content creators, but also the web designers, the CEOs, the business women, what have you, to get involved in this, right? It's sort of an idea. It's kind of like the idea of World of Women. It's another like woman-led, woman-positive project to try and bring more awareness to female NFT developers, creators, etc. So the HapeWives is a collection of 8,888 unique generated NFTs from over 300 traits living fashionably on the Ethereum blockchain. Each HapeWife is a work of art inspired by powerful and influential women from around the world, all of them icons and trend makers with distinct personalities. So here's their roadmap. And if you don't know them, you can check them out on Twitter. They have a Discord as well. If you want to get involved, if you want to know more about what's going on with this particular project, about 33,000 Twitter followers and like 18,000 to 20,000 Discord followers. So the beginning here at 20%, the empowerment. We are donating 10% of our sales to funding emerging female artists and developers in the NFT space. Then comes the big guns. We are announcing the minting of HapeWives by two women celebrities who are already whitelisted for their valuable contribution to the project. Now, this project launches on it doesn't actually state. They launch in April. At some point in April, we're getting to the end of April, so we're getting pretty close. At 60% merchandising, a deal announced with a AAA women's clothing brand to bring HapeWives fashion to life. And then at 80% rewards, all the HapeWives generated NFT holders will be instantly start generating their coin, no staking needed, which can be used for future NFT drops, merchandising, and more. Future is female. We are building a name in the women's digital fashion that will be turning heads and setting trends in the metaverse. So here's the team. The shitty thing else about the team is that nobody is actually mentioned throughout the entire project. No one's actually mentioned. You don't really get too much details about everybody. Some of these do have pictures of them on their Twitters, like of who they are, but that doesn't really, it's great to see an actual face, but it doesn't really help much. Sophia over here, who is the full stack dev, obviously being, heavily into coding. She has her own LinkedIn to, as a resume. And web developer full time. She did that for 3 years to present. Did some lecturing. Graduated from Franklin University, Master of Computer Applications in the February of 2021. So very, very, very recently she completed her education. But during that time, she was working as a web developer for this Experion Technologies place. So she does have some experience in sort of what she's trying to do, which is nice because at least the coding process will, gives some light to who's behind it. But even then, not, super experienced. And everybody else is, you don't really see too much in them. So he's the lead 3D artist. You can kind of get, a quick look at some of the work that Samantha, she has done here. I mean, it looks cool. The stuff that she's got going on here looks really dope. And then you have the clothing. What is she? She's a fashion designer. And you can see some of the clothing stuff that she's working on here. So it's pretty cool stuff. So at least the artist, the fashion stuff, and the full dev work is still, looks good. looks promising. This one can't get a page off, and that was from the art director. But everybody else, the marketing director, the project founder, don't really know too much about them. But it should look good. And it should be hopefully coded properly. But that's all about the information that we really have from these guys. So I went around looking at their Twitter, hung around in their Discord for a little bit. And there really isn't anything too crazy that I saw really happening going on there. I know they want to get into collaboration and stuff like that, but I haven't really seen them point out any. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's all we kind of have right now. Their Twitter does not seem to show too much. 34,000 followers right now. They're growing. They're getting bigger for sure. But nothing crazy. Interactions are as they are. I would like to see, just some collaborations and maybe a date as we're getting close to the end of this month. We're pretty much at the end of it now. So it says April unless they're going to change it for any particular reason. Now, as an investment into this, I don't really know why, unless it becomes something that's very popular, like the World of Women's idea. But there are tons of female-centric NFTs all trying to kind of do the same thing to, help shed a light on the female demographic in the NFT space. And that's not a bad idea at all. But, apparently there are celebrities already whitelisted, but you don't get that reveal until much later into the game. It's sort of that I don't like, because that doesn't tell me anything. It's like, one, I don't like celebrities in this shit in the first place. I think celebrities don't make a project. It's good advertising, but they don't, just because they're in it doesn't mean the project's going to do any good. But, it'd be nice to kind of see the people who are actually, if you're going to have these two women, why wait for the reveal after the fact? I'm guessing they're hoping that by the time they hit this, if they reveal those two women, it will then shoot the price up. People want to get into it and it'll shoot it up. But I feel like you should just reveal this right now at the beginning to help generate more hype towards your project rather than doing it the other way around. But even then, I'm not a huge fan of celebrities to begin with anyways. But if this is something that they put into their roadmap, reveal it as soon as possible. The donations of the funds, obviously, to female spaces, artists and developers in the space. The merchandising stuff. They have that one girl who's got some cool design ideas that she's working on. But selling t-shirts, selling clothing of any kind is not easy to finish or to do. But obviously, if you grow to this size, you probably can, because you'll have a significant amount of followers by that point. And then the rewards, which is the revealing of, the staking ability of their coin. It can be used for future NFT drops, merchandising, and more. But, all of that stuff still has to happen anyways. So it is I guess that is what that is. It's not really like anything nothing I can really say about this. There's no white paper to their coin. It's not one that I saw. Yeah, there's no white paper to their coin. So can't really get any information on that at all. And then the feature is female. They're trying to build their brand essentially and get into the metaverse like everybody else. I don't know what makes them stick out more than everybody else, to be honest with you. I don't think the art is that great either. It's not bad, actually. It's not bad. Like, from an artistic perspective, it looks fine. I just don't know if it's like the coolest looking thing. But again, I'm so biased at fucking Basie rips. Like, I just don't like Basie rip-offs of any kind. They just, I don't think Basies are a good, like, looking piece of art to begin with, personally. So anything that looks like a Basie, I'm like, well, it doesn't look good anyways to me. Obviously, they're wanting to generate the hype based around the Basie stuff, but I'd much rather if they actually found a different way and created kind of a unique looking art piece. Because I think that's, what helps World of Women as well, is that it looks kind of cool. It looks different. It doesn't look like a Basie. It stood out on its own and made its name on its own instead of but anyways, that's just me. So, I'm not too keen on this project. Again, they're not promising anything that nobody else hasn't promised in the past, nor do they seem to have the experience to execute it effectively. Not that they couldn't, but you know, they don't reveal a lot of the people behind the project as well. Not very doxed, and the people, you can see their faces, but that to me is not a doxing. I want like credentials, history, etc. The only person there is Sophia, and she's also quite new, though she has been coding, it seems, for like 3 years, working from a different for a different company. But she graduated in like 2021 or something like that. So not been doing it for a tremendously long time. But yeah, I could be wrong about everything I'm saying for sure. But again, I don't see the difference in this project compared to any of the other projects, and especially any of the other female projects that are coming out, which this one stands out. It stands out less to me simply because it is using the basey look. Anyways, guys, that's all I got to say about that. Like if you like, subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. If you're super bullish on this, if you're freaking to the moon with this project, let me know. Till then, thanks, guys.